Hello and welcome, and today I've got MP28 Hot Hot Rod, the Takara knockoff version. And we'll go ahead and start, the box. Uh, Looks just like the real thing, other than the graphics being a bit of a different quality. Got him used. And I wasn't going to do a video for him because he's such an old video, but he's got a build defect that I think is actually kind of funny. So I figured, you know what, screw it, I'll do it. Accessories, he comes with his two blasters. And there we go. Good detail, fully painted, both of them. Comes with his saw blade attachment, which is slightly see-through. And comes with the fishing rod. No string, but still fully painted. Pretty good detail. No tab, so it just rests inside of his hands. Which is why I've not attempted to buy the posable hands that you can get aftermarket for him, because then I don't know how well he'll be able to hold that. Being a knockoff, this lower elbow joint, well, either knockoff or used, either way, because it's both. The lower elbow joint's a little loose, but the upper one is nice and tight. Let's see here. So his head, it swivels. It does go up. He doesn't really have a lot of down, little bit. And he does have his little visor gimmick here, which is clear, so you can barely tell that it's there. I thought it was supposed to be a different color. Maybe it is on the official ones, maybe not. His shoulders only go up to there because of collision, but they do go all the way around on friction. He's got that joint, which is for transformation. Then he's got the actual bicep rotate. Double jointed elbow. This one's a lot tighter than this one is. His wrists, there's a little bit of in and out for transformation, and they do rotate. They're on a mushroom peg, so they could do 360, but you've got some collision. And then all four fingers are on a single peg with nothing for the thumb, as is a lot of these older figures, well, just Takara in general. He's got a waist rotate and a very good ab crunch. So you can sit him down, because they want him to be able to sit down for you to use that fishing rod, like the one scene in the Transformers movie. Kicks up to there. Back to there. Out to there, all on friction. Double jointed knee. Very high up. Rotation all the way up there at the hip. Ankle will go up or down as much as you want, pretty much. And he's got a little bit of a tilt. For me, he's got a little bit of a tilt in the same direction. See, it won't go in, but it'll go out. Why? Because they gave him two left feet. And I don't know. Yep, you can see an L right there and an L right there. They literally gave him two left feet. And he still stands just fine, thankfully. But, I thought that was pretty funny. You can tell this one isn't sitting down all the way. It literally gave him two left feet. I mean, I know it's a knockoff, but I haven't had any issues with knockoffs just yet. Other than my Soundwave is missing a pin for his right index finger. So I just have that hand folded over with the sensor attachment on it permanently, so I don't lose the finger. He is pretty much fully painted. His headlight area for car mode and his windscreen is all transparent. But other than that, he is, I'd say, at least a good 90% fully painted. A lot of this darker red is just a molded color but all of this, the brighter red, all the silver, his face, his gun, all painted. This, I can't tell if it's paint or not, because it's on the inside too, so it might be painted. Might just be molded, but either way. His backpack's not very big at all, considering. I mean, it could be worse, but I mean, he looks immaculate. And he does, I forgot, there's one more accessory. He does have the Matrix. Threw me off when the box said Hot Rodimus. I actually had to Google that and make sure, is it actually Hot Rod or is it Rodimus? Nope, this one is actually Hot Rod. And here he is next to a TE1 Optimus Prime. And I'd say they look very good together since he was supposed to be pretty close to his height when he's Rodimus Prime. So that, I think that works out. And then just because I can, here he is with Studio Series 86 Hot Rod. Definitely much, you can tell it's the same guy, but also very different on the details, considering it is a masterpiece versus a Studio Series. Even his blaster looks different. I didn't notice that before. Oh! But anywho, go ahead and get... And both of his blasters do have the flip down pegs. You can put this in 3 different places in his vehicle mode. 2 of them work really well. The third place, which I'll show you when we get to vehicle mode, it doesn't tab in very well. Maybe I think it's a design thing. But either way, regardless, there is MP28 Takara Hot Rod. And now let's go ahead and transform him. He's not that bad of a transformation at all. And when I was looking up the reviews for him, some people were saying they couldn't get his wheels to touch the ground. That there's an issue and he just wouldn't roll. I haven't had that issue. Okay, so I'll get his arms all flipped around, tabbed around. Then we're going to separate the backpack here, which tabs in very nicely to the point where I actually have to use the tool to help me out. Untab his shoulders from the window, the windshield, because we got those 2 tabs and slots. Rotate that. Lock those in to their tab and slots. There we go. There we go. There's those. There we go. He tabs in to that right there. And again, very good tab connection on this guy. I will flip these around. Get those out of the way. Flip all of that around. There's his chrome engine. The chrome on this figure is very nice as well. Okay, I already untabbed these by mistake, so that's done. I'll just keep them up at the moment. There we go. Because those 2 tab right into the front of the window. And this engine piece is going to keep moving around on me, but eventually it'll sit just like that with that tabbing in there. Very loosely, though. Not a very good tab. Yeah, see, it's just going to keep coming undone. Fold those in. Fold them back. Which the proper left one, I don't generally have an issue with. But the right one, that's supposed to be a right, but it's a left, You can tell it doesn't really want to fit in there, so I got to kind of finagle it a little. There we go. Okay, bring all that in, and then tab and slot. There we go. Tab those together. I'll make sure they're underneath that flap. And the legs, slots right here and here for tabs right here and here. And those tabs are on these little exhaust pieces that need to be out for robot mode but need to be down for car mode. But once those get lined up and tabbed in, there we go. I think that's about it. Now I'll bring that down. Okay. Now let's see. Oh, did I skip a step? I skipped a step. Easy enough. Double joints for these shoulders need to be folded in. See right here. Oh. Yeah, those two, they just get folded right up like that. See how they're out like this? Fold them all the way in. There we go. And then this get rotated on both sides. There we go. And now I can bring that back down. Get that orange piece back below everything. Definitely doing this out of sequence because I forgot those shoulders. There we go. All right. Make sure these fenders get tabbed in because there's a slot and a tab right underneath this wing piece. There's that. Orange piece is tabbed into the windshield. Arms tab into these little tabs right here underneath the canopy. There's the head and the orange piece, and there you go. You can see the legs are not hanging down past the wheels. And he rolls. And he looks very good. It looks weird that the front end is kind of angled up a little. You can see, because it's such a wedge, but I mean, even with that, it looks good. Mostly sits flat. This isn't with the wrong foot, you can see it doesn't want to sit where it's supposed to be. But I mean, he still rolls very nicely, even on this little piece of cardboard that I have. And he looks very accurate, very good to the cartoon. All that paint looks great. It's same issue as the Transform Element Optimus Prime, how you've got different shades of red because, you know, you got some painted, then you got molded plastic, and that breakup, you can see it right there. Like, to me, it's a little bit of an eyesore, but it's not a deal breaker. I mean, especially, you know, this guy was a knockoff I got him for, I think, for $50. Which is what I would have paid if I had bought it online and had to pay for shipping and handling. So then you can flip that up and you can peg the gun in, but that chrome cover does kind of get in the way. It also kind of it doesn't look as good. But you also have these two up here, which look a lot better, and it just makes a lot more sense to have his guns on the top. They just don't, they'll go in enough that if you're displaying it, they'll be there, but if you were to want to actually play with these and move it around, they're going to fall out of those. And again, that may be because this is knockoff. So I don't want to just say all figures are going to do that. Could be mine. But there he is. And here he is with the TE01 Prime. And I don't really have any other figures from the movie or season 3 or 4, aka Headmasters, where he was Rodimus Prime. But for the movie where he is Hot Rod, I don't really have anything else other than Prime. At least of characters that survived the movie. That, you know, you could find pictures of them next to each other. But anyway, there he is. Oh, wow. He actually spun very well. I think his hip flap caught. There he is. He might be a knockoff, but he's still pretty good, even with the 2 left feet that he has and the loose right elbow joint. I just got to find me a Rodimus Prime, as well as all the other Takara knockoffs that I'm going for, because it's a lot cheaper than trying to find originals or going for third party. But anyway, there he is. Thanks for watching.